Is this lighting good here? Hello? This shirt is giving me flashbacks from my last job. We don't talk about them times. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, hello, my name is Jaylene Marie Cruz, and if you're not new here, welcome back. I realized that I haven't done like a reading wrap-up in so long. Wait, let me check, girl. When was the last reading wrap-up that I did? I think it was February. The last wrap-up that I did was in February. That's a long time. I don't know, I just feel like I love watching everybody else's reading wrap-ups that I don't even feel like doing mine. I could only talk for so long and then I just start going off track. Literally off track. Welcome to my May reading wrap-up. Literally, we're in June. We're in June already. I'm always late, of course.
Alright, so I have you set up for June.
For the month of May, I read about 12 books, which honestly is pretty good. The amount of books I read each month, like I don't have like, oh, like, you know, 2 is good, 1 is good, but I love reading. I make time for the reading. I do. It keeps me sane. Each month is just like always different for me. Also, it just depends like the time that I have to read. Once again, I read about 12 books. 9 were romances, 1 mystery, 1 fantasy, and 1 soft DNF. And if you don't know what a soft DNF is, it is basically DNFing the book, but like you're gonna go back to it. In the month of like April and May, I'm in the middle of like a lot of series, and I do have a series tracker, so I feel like I was going back and forth and reading my series. I have a lot. I actually could tell you how many series I'm in the middle of because I have it tracked down. I think 30. I think I'm in the middle of 30, but I like have it tracked out, and it just like I can't finish. Listen, I can't read one book and then not continue to the next book, and then seeing those characters and them going to the next book, like, you know. I think in the month of April and May, once again, I was just, you know, I was reading new books as well, but also me going back to series that I'm in the middle of. So that's leading to me continuing a series. For the first book in May is Brutal Vows by 𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗 I'm sorry if I'm looking down. I just like have it on my Notion and I'm just looking at it, girl. It just like helps me. The Queens and Monster series by 𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚒 like Booktok feed and stuff like that, so I was like, I need to continue the series. So in April I left off reading the third book, which is Savage Hearts, but then I continued into May with reading the last book, Brutal Vows. This whole series is a whole like mafia series, like it's all interconnected. It is literally a whole world that it is so good. If you are a mafia romance type of person, and I really am, this is a series for you. But Brutal Vows is about Spider, which is not his actual name. It's not his actual name. I don't want to reveal his real name. If you read this series, you have to figure it out yourself. You just have to. And that's what I did when I read the book. I figured out that his real name wasn't Spider. Follow Spider and 𝚒𝚗. Something happens in the third book of the series that leads to Spider, I want to say his real name, going into like an arranged marriage. Spider is like supposed to marry 𝚒𝚗's niece, Lily, and she's much younger. So 𝚒𝚗 is Lily's aunt. 𝚒𝚗 is just protective of Lily. So like the story just like basically takes off from there. Like 𝚒𝚗 trying to protect Lily. Spider and 𝚒𝚗 have a fucking connection. They literally have a connection. He like pulls up to their house. Spider literally pulls up to their house and he just sees her in the mirror because she's looking down, giving him the meanest glare. The meanest glare. So I really enjoyed it, but I absolutely love the book. I gave it 4.25. I just think the series is like so well done. On to the next book, because I'm trying my hardest not to, you know, veer off into me like talking about random things. I'm actually so excited to talk about this next book. Once again, me continuing series, and I feel like that also plays into series that are still continuing. The next book I read was King of Sloth by Anna Huang. I said this in one of my, did I? Or did I edit it out? I read King of Sloth originally as a ebook. I signed up to be in like Anna Huang's like influencer club team, but I entered like a little giveaway or gift away, and I won a ARC signed copy, King of Sloth. And this is the book, literally. It's an ARC. It says April, or on sale April 2024, and then on here it says Advanced Readers Edition. It says Advanced Readers Edition, and then on the inside it is signed. This is part of the Kings of Sin series by Anna Huang. Love me a good Anna Huang book. She kills it every fucking time. King of Sloth is the fourth book in the series. I know everybody is saying Xavier, but because he is Colombian, I've been pronouncing it Javier. I mean, it's not like it's a big deal, but I just said Javier because he's, you know, Colombian. But it's about Javier and it's Sloan, and this book definitely out through King of Wrath. I love all the books, but this is number one, King of Sloth, so far, because we still got so many books. I stay tuned for this whole series. Absolutely. I loved Sloan so much in this book. I related to her so much. Even the dedication in the book I related to. It says, to every woman who's ever been told to smile more, fuck that, do what you want. And as somebody who has like a resting bitch face, I really do. Even my family, can you smile more? That even irks me more. No! Sloan is a publicist and she don't play about her job. Sloan does not play about her job, okay? She literally at the beginning of the book goes and breaks into where Javier is staying because she can't reach him. She breaks into a $10,000 a night Greek villa, period. Because Javier was nowhere in sight. I knew I was gonna love her from the beginning. I think they explained it for like a split second, but Javier's father was the one that got Sloan to be their like publicist. I don't think it was just Javier. And Javier doesn't have a good relationship with his dad. I feel like this book also, without literally saying too much, it is about a Hispanic family who is very like push and pull. Hey, you're my family and you're watching this? Get off. But I feel like when you're in a Hispanic family, and I'm Dominican, the expectations of a Hispanic family, they're always so high. So I felt like Javier in this book really showed his family that he could do what he wanted to do, and I love that. I absolutely love this one. I gave it 5 freaking stars. I can't believe I have an ARC copy. Anyway, on to the next book. The next book I read was Unconditional by QB Tyler. I have a reading vlog that I just posted. I think I just posted. It was reading the books my want to read jar chose for May. I read all. Well, if you want to go watch that video, go watch that video, girl. I'm just gonna reiterate like what I said from that vlog. I have never read by QB Tyler before, so this is like my first book by her. This book follows Madeline and Cal, and something happened to Madeline, or I'm just gonna say Maddie. Something happened to Maddie when she was younger, and Cal is he's a police officer. He's a cop, so he's there on the scene. He's there. Maddie gets attached to him, and she just like doesn't want to leave. She wants to leave, but like she doesn't want to go without him anywhere. So because of that, he takes her in and helps her grow up and stuff like that. But it is a romance. It's an age gap romance. Forbidden. The only thing about this book, I did enjoy this book. I have no problem with like age gap. I've already said this like multiple times, so I'm just gonna state it again. But in this book, she, like I said, he helps her grow up. She is much younger than he is. He is 30 something. She is 17 turning 18. But she was like on the verge of being an adult, okay? She was like right there. 17 18, much older dude, much older. I don't know. I just get iffy. I got iffy a little bit throughout the whole book. I did enjoy it, yes, but that was just like one thing that would not leave my mind. I at the time did not have a rating because I just did not feel like it, so I decided to just do no rating to this book. If I were to give it something, maybe like a 3.75 if I were to give it a rating, but I just didn't feel like reading it. That's all on that, you know. It was just like that one thing. Okay, this one's just gonna be brief. This one's just gonna be a little brief talk. But I read Aftershocks by Ruby Dixon. It is 8.5 for a novella in like the Ice Planet Barbarians series. If you know what Ice Planet Barbarians is, big aliens. Big aliens, 7-foot aliens who honestly give more affection than real men. This series is so interesting, and I go back, or I read the novella because I was finding myself into like a reading funk. So I always, and I say this multiple times, I always go to Ice Planet Barbarians. Like it just gets me like giddy. Like we love a 7-foot alien who's obsessed with his woman. And they also have like, is it mates? Well, I don't think they call it mates. They just call it like Renaissance. Honestly, I would say read it. And if it's your thing, it's your thing. I love alien romances. I love monster romances. So I honestly enjoy the series. I know like it's a whole Ruby Dixon like universe, like how it is with the Rena Kent universe. I don't even know if eventually I would like branch out into her other series. Maybe I will. But the series that I'm in, that Aftershocks is in, Ice Planet Barbarians, that series is so long. I'm pretty sure there's 22 like books. I don't know if it's still going. Reading it slowly but surely, but I enjoy this novella. So fun to read. I don't read novella, so I give it no rating. I was seeing this book and I was reading it for literally shits and giggles. I read it for shits and giggles, but I honestly came out to me enjoying it. But I was seeing this monster, I don't know if it's called a monster romance, but on the cover it says monster bait romance. I don't know what that means, so I'm just gonna say monster romance. But I saw it on my For You page. Girl, if you have seen, y'all are probably thinking like, Jaylene, what the fuck are you reading? Like, you're weird. You're literally weird. If you guys know about the door romance, the pillow, yeah, you just had to be there. You just had to be there. And if you weren't there, you just had to be there. Saw this book. It's called Morning Glory Milking Farm. Morning Glory Milking Farm. Okay, I don't remember the MMC's name, but he's actually a bull. But the female's name is Violet, and basically Violet is just like navigating her, she's in her mid-20s and she just needs a job, and she takes a job as like, it's called Morning Glory Milking Farm. Milking Farm, yeah. So she takes a job there, and then she meets the MMC, which honestly, in this book, the MMC, he was so sweet to her. He was so sweet to her, and I think it was just like sweet, in a sweet way. Yeah, that's really all on that one. But I gave it 3 stars. I didn't think it was like bad at all. He was just like so sweet. Yeah. Was it a little bit smutty, spicy here and there? We also had Violet navigating her life and stuff like that, and trying to meet her mom's expectations and all that stuff, and it was just like a sweet little book. So yeah, I gave it 3 stars. The next book I read was Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. I have only read, I don't know how many books Holly Jackson has out, but I have only read A Good Girl Guide to Murder and this one, Good Girl Bad Blood. So I read this one this month because the show of the series like coming out, so I really want to read the books before the show, and also just like to complete the series, because these are like, this is like OG book talk. One thing that I say about this book and what I have read so far is Pip does the work. The police, y'all are useless. Y'all are useless. What are you there for? And then you be mad because a literal teenager figured out everything. What I have read by Holly Jackson, she keeps me entertained, but I absolutely love the pictures in these books. Like, it's just like so well done. It's easy to get through. It's easy to understand. The series is so enjoyable, so fun. Pip, I love her. I love the little side stuff that we get of Pip and Ravi. It's so cute. I gave Good Girl Bad Blood 4.25. If you keep me entertained, girl, you kept me entertained. And Miss Holly Jackson's writing, she does that. The next book I read was a novella called Powerful. I don't have the physical book of Powerful, but I do have the physical book of Powerless. It's the second book, like the novella technically. I loved Powerless too. Like, I loved Kai and I loved Peyton. Like, I loved them. I didn't feel like Powerless was like the best book in the world, but it was honestly a good book and a fantasy book that I enjoyed. But then I read Powerful, and yes, I love Kai and Peyton, but I don't know why I love Powerful just a little bit more. Like, I loved it so much more. Mac and Adina's chemistry, and like I said, I don't normally rate novellas, but I did give Powerful 5 stars. I gave Powerless 4 stars, so like I did enjoy Powerful a little bit more than Powerless. But I will stay tuned for this fucking story all the time. Like, I'm invested. Miss Lauren Roberts, you keeping me hooked. Like, what's gonna happen? I cried. I did not cry while reading Powerless because I did not know of Adina yet, like more of her. So learning about Adina in Powerful, I just loved her character, and I loved Mac. But like, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like, if you know what happens, like, I was crying. Like, I was not okay, because like, what's gonna happen to Mac? Absolutely loved Powerful. I can't wait to see what Lauren Roberts does in Reckless. And is there another novella? I don't know what her plans are, but know that I will be into it. The next book I read was Twisted Game by Eva Ashwood. It's like a reverse harem type of book. It follows Willow, and it's just her. She did not have a good childhood, I guess teenagehood. She's just basically trying to make a life for herself better than her mother. I don't know if she was talking too much about her father. You know, she's in college. She needs money. Where she is working in the book, she works at a strip club. The financial like aid office calls her and that she needs to pay her tuition. She goes to like the strip club like manager, and she's like, hey, like I need extra, like I need money. So he gives her a referral, and then that takes her to a brothel. And that's basically where she meets the guys, the 3 brothers. So yeah, there's 3 main male characters. The main male characters are Malice. I forgot. I was invested in the story at the beginning. I was saying like, yes, I'm loving this book so far. I love how each character has their own individuality and stuff like that, but then towards the end of the book it just like took a turn and it just went downhill. It just went downhill. I lost interest, kind of. I did end up giving it 3.75. Would say yes to reading the book. I definitely want to read the second book because the first book leaves off on a cliffhanger. So if I read the second book and it's still like not my favorite, then I don't know if I will continue the series. The last, oh my god, I still have more books to go. Okay, I'm just kidding. The next book that I read was There's Venom in Her Kiss by Alexandria Lee. I love this author, Alexandria Lee. I'm gonna say it one more time. There is a series by her that I read originally first. It's called Star-Crossed. It's like Nanny Boss. I feel like it's just so underrated. Like the plot, the tension, and like what goes on in these books are so good. And I'm like, why isn't nobody talking about these books? There's Venom in Her Kiss by Alexandria Lee. I ended up giving it 5 stars. This story, it is about Scarlett and it's about James. It's like boss's daughter and he's an FBI agent. So Scarlett at the beginning of the book literally commits arson. I'm laughing, but like that's what she literally did. She gets picked up by Agent Reyes, which is James. This book is just literally, Scarlett is literally like a spitfire. Okay, she's such a spitfire. It's tension filled, it's like banter back and forth, and I live for that shit. I live for it because then it builds up like, okay, it builds up the intimate moments between the characters. Also in this book, James is just like fighting temptation, and also he also has his side quests because he is an FBI agent as well. So because he picks her up, they have to go places, you know, sometimes there's detours and they have to stop at hotels and stuff like that, and Scarlett just makes it hard for him. I literally enjoyed this book. It was 5 stars. I loved it. I'm sorry if the lighting is bad, but I realized that I forgot to actually talk about one book, so I'm editing this video right now and I'm just popping in. I forgot to mention the book that I soft DNF. It's called Broken Rules by I.A. Dice. So basically this book is about Layla and Dante, and it's just another mafia romance. At the beginning of the book, Layla, she like sneaks out of her window because it's her birthday and her father doesn't let her go out to like celebrate, so she ends up going to, this is the MMC, Dante. She goes to his club. He basically like gets obsessed with her, and yeah, the she's mine trope. And that's how literally how far I got. I don't know, I think I stopped at like, actually let me check. I soft DNF'd it at like 62%, so I maybe will go back to it, but literally forgot where I left off. I think it was getting to the point where the book was like heavy explaining, and at the time I was just like, I'm done reading. I was just like done reading. So we will see if I go back to it. But continuing on with the wrap up, I am currently, but also like it's just ongoing for me that I am trying to get through the Rina Kent universe. So this month I did end up reading for the last book of the Deception trilogy by Rina Kent, which the book was Consumed by Deception. I know like this was like everybody's favorite, like literally it was like everybody's favorite, and I was like seeing edits, oh my god, like you're gonna love Adrian Volkov. I just did not really like him in the series. I don't think he's like the worst fucking character. I just like wasn't connecting with his character. I didn't really like him. Leah was okay. Honestly, Jer was making the books. I know that I could have like DNF'd them, but I feel like because it is like a universe and every book is sort of connected, I just like wanted to read it for the sake of like me. I don't want to miss out on anything. It was entertaining. There was lots, and what Leah had and the other side character Winter, I won't say too much. Once again, it was okay, and I think Consumed by Deception was just like a test of Adrian and Leah's love. Yeah, I just didn't really love their love, and that's okay. Really all I have to say on that one. I think I just wasn't in love with the series, but I did end up giving Consumed by Deception 3.5. It wasn't bad. So I was still continuing the Rina Kent universe, so that led me to reading Empire of Desire, which is, I think these are all standalones. There's Empire, just like the Empire, well it is a series, but they're all like standalones I guess, but the only one that I've read so far is Empire of Desire. And I was in the middle of Empire of Sin, but I'm currently reading an arc right now, so I kind of put that one aside to read the arc first. I read Empire of Desire, and this one follows Nathaniel Weaver, which is Sebastian Weaver's in the Thorns duet, his uncle. This one follows Sebastian Weaver's like his uncle Nathaniel. It follows Nathaniel, it follows Gwyneth as well. This one too was like an age gap thing, but here's the thing, you just know when an author, you know, does age gap right, because sometimes it can be very weird. I'm not going to lie, And I know it's just a book. It's just a book. Like, I don't, but I feel like when the storyline is like, okay, I like this one, like I really do. So I did end up loving Empire of Desire because there is an age gap as well. Nothing mafia related in Empire of Desire, but it is still in the universe. So it's not as dark as like the Deception trilogy. I don't have a problem with like dark romances or anything like that, but I just think after reading the Deception trilogy and not liking it, I honestly did enjoy Empire of Desire and reading about Nathaniel and Gwyneth. It is like father's like best friend. Gwen, I don't want to say Gwyneth, but Gwen, like, I don't know, but on one of her birthdays, she's just like in her backyard or whatever, and Nathaniel, you know, goes to say hi, oh happy birthday, da, 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 but then she ends up like kissing him. Nathaniel's like, you can't do that again. You can't do that again, okay? You are my best friend's daughter, so it's forbidden. And then towards, I would say, the middle of the book, something happens and then it just starts to become like a marriage of convenience. I honestly did end up enjoying this one. I did end up giving it 4 stars. Those were all the books that I read in May. Let me know what you guys read, books that you did enjoy, books that you didn't like. But thank you guys so much for watching. All of my social throw up is down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.